Alright, YouTube, the Shadow King Nazu here with a review for Rosario Vampire 2, Chapter 44. Ruby begins to challenge Rika, but then starts talking about her past first. Ruby explains that during her childhood, she was unable to have any friends since she lived in the Wedge Knoll and thus isolated from humanity because back in the earlier chapters, witches and humans were not very fond of each other, and they still kind of aren't. But Ruby hopes to change that and whatnot. Um, so during that time, Ruby tried to make her own friends, literally. She used her magic to create some crows to be her friends. Does this count as playing God? Uh, Anyway, Ruby continued to experiment to make other kind of friends, from rocks to plants, going from living creatures to inanimate objects. Yes, that definitely sounds like progress to me. And and with each of her successes, she made notes with the help of her master Yukata in her magic book. And Ruby says that she compiled it all together in talismans, which she uses in her book to summon a whole swarm of ravens to attack Rika. Rika then shoots at Ruby and at her ravens and says that her powers are nothing compared to electricity. Ruby, fortunately, is able to convert the talismans into aluminum powder, and this reacts to Rika's electricity and creates a dust explosion. Wow, Ruby, that was actually pretty brilliant, beautiful, and smart. Why is Ruby single? She should have a boyfriend by this point. I think she'd make a great wife, honestly. Anyway, Ruby says you have to use mind and power to win. I completely agree. And the others start praising Ruby, thinking that she's won, and Ruby takes the time to ask Skinny to have sex with her while using shock therapy. Well, we're no stranger to Ruby being a masochist. Uh, However, Beesray starts to sense that Ruby took more damage than she's letting on, and we cut back to Ruby remembering asking Tohao Fuhai to beat her up to build up her endurance. Tohao Fuhai, however, is reluctant because he isn't a sadist. In fact, the manga indicates that he's actually a masochist, just like Ruby. But Ruby says that her way of fighting isn't fit for one-on-one combat. A witch that's not fit for hand-to-hand combat? What a shocking revelation! And she says she wants to train to learn that. And anyway, she says that she wants to do this because that her friends made her are very dear to her, especially after they changed her ways from helping her master try to commit human genocide, and she wants to be the newspaper club's shield and fight on the front line. So we're gonna guess that Tohao Fuhai taught her something so that she could be able to do hand to hand if need be. However, Rika makes a gigantic electric hand and stabs Ruby in the waist. Rika then takes on his true form, which is a Raiju, which looks a lot like a man wildebeest with tiger stripes. Rika then starts to act more like Electro, like I made that joke last time, and teleports through the circuits to sucker punch the newspaper club. Mm-hmm. Skune and are stunned by his power, not the actual paralyzed stun, but more like shock and awe. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this without doing an electricity pun, am I? Anyway, while Kurumi wonders how they could possibly beat Raika, Ruby, barely conscious, sees Fong Fong and Yukari fail to beat Raika, and so she finds to muster up enough strength to charge at Raika in Sarah form, and she says that she'll use her forbidden ultimate attack that could possibly cost her her life. This was a really excellent chapter. I loved how Ruby fought this person who has lightning powers. That lightning is pretty much associated with godlike power, and she used her intelligence and power to go blow for blow with Rika. And we also get to see a little bit of Ruby's past, what it was like when she was growing up with Master Yukata, when they were not trying to commit human genocide. And we also got to see how that development led to Ruby's relationship with her friends and her desire to protect them. And I'm also interested in seeing what the forbidden ultimate technique is. That says that it probably cost Ruby her life. And I'm certain it'll be a better payoff than when Naruto said he was going to do do a special technique, and it just turned out to be a reverse harem jutsu. So let's catch up next time with Chapter 45 of Rosario Vampire 2.